one of the main ways to increase your customers, your revenue, and your impact is by increasing the number of transactions you have. Now, there's two ways to increase your transactions. One of them is to focus on your products and services and the value that you offer. This is all about making your product better, about telling people the benefits of your product. But there's another part of transactions which is really, really overlooked by people. This is trust. Now, trust is a very, very strange thing because it's so important when it comes to transactions, yet most people don't know about it. So, for example, if you trust me 100%, you're more likely to transact with me. But if you don't trust me at all, then it's very unlikely that you and I will have a transaction. So as we're going out there trying to increase our revenue, our customers, our impact, we have to increase the trust that people feel within us and our brands and organizations. Now, I want to tell you a very quick story about trust. One night, I was on my way to Taraweeh, and it was Ramadan. I was going towards my local masjid in a car. When we got close to the masjid, what happened is I saw a group of about 10 to 15 Muslims, maybe more, and they were trying to get close to this guy who had nunchucks on him. So there's one guy with nunchucks and he's just basically flying them all around and no one can get close to him. And then there's like 10, 15 brothers who are trying to like get close to him and you know, grab him and stuff. And so I'm looking like, subhanAllah, like what is going on here? So anyway, I said to my brother, look, park up, park up. So I said to him, park up, and I got out. And I ran over to them. I'm like, brothers, like, calm down, chill out, relax, right? And, you know, they're like, oh, you don't know what this guy did. And obviously they had some sort of altercation. There was a lot of Muslims around because of Taraweeh time. Anyway, this guy's like doing his nunchucks. These guys are trying to attack him. I'm trying to calm it down. And then what happens is, like, you know, he's trying to run away. And in the meantime, like within the next minute or so, you start hearing lots of sirens and then police turn up. When the police come, the first people to arrive are two officers. The officers, they come and, you know, one of them's trying to deal with the crowd because there's a large Muslim crowd kind of forming now. And the other one of them, he comes and he sees someone who's like being quite aggressive. And he attacks him and he grabs him and he pushes him to the floor. So he gets this guy, he pushes him to the floor, and it's just one of the Muslims who was trying to calm things down as well. So I go to the officer and I say, officer, like, this is not the guy you should get, right? The guy you need to get is the guy with the weapon and the nunchucks. You need to run after him because he's gone that way. And the officer was like, yeah, I understand, but I have to wait for backup. I'm like, look, if you wait for backup, the guy's going to go, he's going to get away. And he said, okay, well, I've got no choice. And I said, look, I'm telling you that I will keep this guy, because he had this guy and he didn't want to let him go. And he said, you know, I've got to keep this guy. I said, look, just let me hold this guy. I said, look at my face, yeah? Trust me, I will hold this guy until you come back. I will not let him go. And then the officer, he looked at my face and I could see it. He was thinking like, do I trust this guy or not? Like within a second, he's never met me before, he doesn't know anything about me, and he's just looking at me and he's thinking, do I trust this guy or not? And alhamdulillah, he made a good decision where he trusted me, right? So he basically said, okay, hey, grab him. So then I grabbed the guy that he had basically handcuffed, and I held on to him, and I said, like, just stay with me, bro, right? And so the police officer then ran off. He ran off to go towards the guy with the nunchucks. And obviously the guy who I was grabbing, who had the handcuff, the Muslim, he didn't even say like, let me go, bro, or let me get away or anything like that, because subhanAllah, I think he knew that I had earned the trust of the police officer. So anyway, it just so happens, alhamdulillah, the police officer, he ran, they found the nunchucks, they found the guy that actually had the nunchucks, and then they arrested him, and then they let the guy go that I was holding when he came back. And it was amazing because, you know, the police officer, he really trusted me and he thanked me, obviously, alhamdulillah. But the reason I'm sharing this story with you is because, you know, trust is one of those things that when you have it, then suddenly amazing things can happen. Because if that police officer had not trusted me in that moment, then what would have happened is that that guy, most likely with the nunchucks and stuff, he would have got away, right? But because he trusted me in that moment, it turned out completely different, alhamdulillah, right? And this is the thing about trust. It's all about identity. It's all about what did the police officer see when he was looking at me. Did he see someone that he thought he could trust? If he thought he couldn't trust me, there's no way he would have left that person with me, right? And then there's a second element. It's all about who the police officer is as well. Like, is he someone who can trust others? And so when we're thinking about marketing and when we're thinking about organizations and brands and all this kind of stuff, we need to realize that we have to increase the trust that we have with people, because the more they trust us, the more they're going to transact with us. And so there's lots and lots of ways that you can actually increase trust, and I'll talk a lot about them in one of the free trainings that we've done. So if you want to learn more about this, please go to muslimceo.com. That's muslimceo.com, and you can check out one of the trainings I've done, which basically goes through all of this stuff around trust and transactions. And may Allah put barakah in it for you, and I hope that this helps to increase your transactions, your revenue, your customers, and your impact. Jazakallah khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.